after Bound for Glory, we here at the British Fist decided that we would do something a little bit different today, and no, that isn't stand up and wear a hoodie or wear a red t-shirt. What we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be putting this out there to you. What we want to know is we want to know, what is your favourite match from Bound for Glory? Yes, we could concentrate on the negatives, like Devon, for example, but we here at the British Fist have decided to focus on the negatives. So post your thoughts in the comment section below as to what you think was the best match at Bound for Glory. We're going to go through our favourite matches and go through the matches that we feel are candidates for that. But this whole video purpose is really intended to get you guys interacting with us and giving us your favourite match from the pay-per-view.
That's the thing, because going into this pay-per-view, you may have had a few negative thoughts, but the outcome you were bound to have had some positive, just because some of the matches, especially the main events, lived up to what they should do.
We're the British Fist, by the way.
Ka-ching!
We hit 2,000 subscribers on Sunday as well, so yeah, expect something good from that.
But what I'll say is that yes, YouTube says we've got 2,000, but in fact we've got millions!
And millions!
Of fans subscribers.
Exactly, so subscribe above still, like this video, and like I said, get any comments down in the comment section below on the title of the video, and we want to interact with you guys here, what you felt was the best match of Bound for Glory. But before we go into this video, we kind of missed this on our review, so I think we should give our quick thoughts while we're here talking about Bound for Glory on the pay-per-view itself. You go first.
Well, overall, we gave our thoughts throughout the video, but if I just sum it up, I'd say that the main event matches delivered in the way they should do. The Ace and 8 stuff did deliver as strongly as I was hoping for. The undercard, especially the other belts on the line, apart from the tag, just didn't feel right at all.
Yeah, and I think with me personally, I gave the show an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10, somewhere between that. So I felt this was it could have been a really good show if the Aces and 8s reveal was very good. But we got 3 very good matches. We got some nice surprises in there, some good, some bad. But overall, I felt the show was very entertaining. So I felt Bound for Glory was a very good show. Now let's get on to the point of this video. Now, I feel there are 3 candidates for the best match at Bound for Glory, in my opinion.
Tag!
There's the tag team title match. There is also the I hate your guts, I'm going to hit you with a beer bottle. Bobby Roode versus James Storm in a street fight. And then you've got Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries. I'm going to hit a shoot promo in the main event segment. So those are, in our opinions, are the 3 matches that we feel were the best 3 matches. And you guys out there may have had another favourite match. If you do, put your thoughts in the comment section below. So I guess we'll start with the tag title matches. That was kind of the match that had the least build, essentially. I think in terms of a match, this had a really good last 8 minutes. It was probably the best 8 minutes of wrestling action that we got on the whole pay-per-view, in my opinion. I would rank this 3rd out of the 3 matches we're going to talk about, but I still felt, as a bit of a spot fest, as an exciting final climax of this tag title match, it was an incredibly good match.
Well, for a long time now, the tag team division hasn't really been as strong as it could have been or as it used to be. It's only recently started to get better since we've got these pairing of Kaz and Daniels, AJ and Angle, and I guess Chavo and Hernandez have just been recently put together. But overall, this match was a lot better than expected. It turned out to be a great match. I really entertained this from the beginning to the end. I was saying that this is definitely going to be one of my favourite matches of the night, and it performed that way. The ending was pretty surprising, but that takes nothing away from how each team performed. So I say this was definitely a strong match for the pay-per-view.
The whole match has worked very well. I think that as soon as you started getting to the high spots and some of the good stuff they were doing, the crowd really got into this, and as soon as the crowd got into it, I got into it a little bit more. I think at first it was a bit, where is this going really? I like the fact they only had a singles match in there. It meant that it wasn't a clusterfuck, but in my opinion, a very, very good tag team match. I think I gave it 3 3/4 stars on my star ratings. It's my opinion personally, but I say this is ranked 3rd out of the 3 matches we're going to talk about, but still a very good match. And it was nice to see, because this was the one match where we got the high spots and stuff, and it's nice at one point in the pay-per-view, you're going to have like a match like that where you're going to get some high spots, you're going to get some flippy-flops and whoopty-whoops, etc.
That's very true. I personally, like, when it comes to the rating system, yeah, I sometimes contribute, but majority it's yours, so I don't really rate, I just enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
But with this match, if I was to pick a rating, mine would be a bit higher, just because this match was, in my opinion, very, very good. A tag match which I personally really got into, and I look forward to the possible rematch between Kaz Daniels and Chavo and Hernandez. So with me, I really enjoyed this match, but out of the 3, yes, it would go 3rd.
And with Angle, AJ, Kaz Daniels and Chavo in there, you kind of expected some good stuff from this year. So did you enjoy the tag match most? Was it your favourite match? If it is, put your thoughts in the comment section below. The next match we're going to talk about, unfortunately, was 3rd on the card, but It was a year in the making. Tag team partners going up against each other. James Storm versus Bobby Roode. Now, I will say this. In terms of what a wrestling match should do, which is tell a story and give a big blow-off, I think, in my opinion, for all the reasons that I will state later in this video, this was definitely number 1 out of the 3 matches we're going to talk about. For me personally, just because I was very invested in it.
It is going to be number 1 for me as well. The only slip-up I really had was the belt weren't on the line. Yes, they gave us 2 big matches with the belt not being on the line, but at the same time, the feud was, on my viewing of it, the fact that Roode was having the belt, Storm got it, lost it, blah blah blah. So he was going to fight for the belt, prove that he is the better man, the better champion. So taking the belts away did affect my opinion going into the match. But the match itself, which is what this video is on, it performed in such a great way. They used many aspects of the story build-up, and these two you expected to put on a great performance.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted a great example of a street fight and 2 guys that legitimately hate each other, well, not legitimately, but in the storyline, 2 guys that really hate each other, that just want to kick each other's ass, and this was a great example of that. It only went about 17.5 minutes, which I didn't feel was long enough personally, but I still think these guys went out there, had a heck of a match. This should definitely have gone up more in the card. It got a great crowd reaction. The weapons they brought in, the blood juices, the way the match finished, told the story very well, with James Storm getting his ultimate revenge on Bobby Roode with the beer bottle a year after he took the title away from him. So I felt, as a blow-off match and as a match that told a story, which is essentially what wrestling is all about, this, in my opinion, encompassed everything that I wanted from a wrestling match. So that's why I gave it, I believe, 4.25 stars, despite the fact that it should definitely have been higher up on the card, in my opinion.
I think the fact that the belt were in the line and the precision, they were the 2 off points about this, but for a match that was meant to happen and should have happened, like it has done, at Bound for Glory, I'd say it's definitely a thumbs up. A great match and definitely worthy of in these 3.
Yeah, indeed, and just a very good match between two great wrestlers that have some great chemistry. So I'd definitely rank this number 1 out of the 3 matches we've got, and we'd like to, again, if you like this match that you're the most, let us know in the comments section below. Now we'll talk about the main event, Austin Aries versus Jeff Hardy. I think it's fair to say that going into this, we weren't like too excited for it, apart from the Aries shoot promo, but as work shoot promo. But as a match, as a main event of Bound for Glory, did you feel this delivered as a main event spectacle? Because that's what this is essentially all about. Yes, Roode Storm told a great story. The tag match had loads of spots and stuff in it. But this was supposed to be the main event, the climax of the pay-per-view. Did you feel it delivered in that way?
Well, the fact we've had Aries come from the X Division, so we know he's a good X Division wrestler, a good performer in the ring, going against Roode and now Jeff Hardy. We knew that his partner would be pretty strong. Jeff Hardy, another great mover in the ring, as much as I'm not a great fan of him. The fact that this had the build-up, this didn't have a strong story apart from the build of Bound for Glory.
Yep.
The match itself, which is again what this video is on, the performance of both wrestlers was very nicely done. They did not rush how the match went. It got a good amount of time. And overall, I thought the match itself was really star quality here.
I think in terms of a main event at Bound for Glory, I think I'm fair in saying that this was probably the best main event we've ever had at Bound for Glory, in my opinion. Probably because most of the main events at Bound for Glory had Sting in them. But, I mean, again, a very good match between these 2. You know these 2 are very good workers in the ring. I know a lot of people were upset that Jeff Hardy won, but I think that was the right way of going about it. Like I said, in terms of a main event, and a main event spectacle, I did think this was a very, very good match between these 2, and I don't think it was quite as good as Bobby Roode versus James Storm, because it didn't tell quite as good of a story as that, but I do think this does rank a close second behind that match, in my opinion. A very, very good main event, and a very great way to crescendo to the end of Bound for Glory, in my opinion.
I'll say with the way that this was going, the Bound for Glory series and then the Bound for Glory final, it was right to be the main event. The match was quality. The result, many people have different opinions about. But I'd say that this could have quite easily ranked up with Roode and Storm. But it's just the way it performed, the winner, and the story is why we put in Roode and Storm as number 1 and this number 2.
Exactly. So overall, my favourite match was Roode and Storm, simply because of the storytelling behind it and the way they worked the match and the spots that were in it and stuff. And I did think that as a crescendo, as a way to end the feud, it was very good. Your favourite was?
Same, I'd say, even though the Hardy and
Aries
match was quite close, but Storm won.
And I know you were a very big fan of the tag match. I remember you were very high on that match.
The tag, again, that I could have ranked number 2. After seeing the other 2 main event matches, it kind of slipped to 3.
Yeah.
But the tag match, I cannot take away how great it was.
One thing Bound for Glory had was 3 very good matches, which is the matches we talked about in this video. If you have any other favourite matches from Bound for Glory, let us know in the comment section below, of course. But one thing cannot be denied, Bound for Glory had 3 very good matches. Give us your favourite match from that pay-per-view down in the comment section below. We really want to know what your favourite match was. And also, if you want to, what was the best match in your opinion? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. NJ.
Now, thank you very much, people. This has been a video that we wanted to share with you, give our thoughts on. Now, we want to hear your thoughts. Make sure you give it to us in the comment section below. But there is one more thing. Next week, if everything goes to plan, the topical video will be who's going to win at Hell in a Cell, CM Punk or
Feed Me More. So look forward to that next week if everything goes to plan and then nothing big in the news comes up. That is what we will be doing next week, so look forward to that. That should definitely, in my opinion, be an interesting video. So from me, Mr. Parkin, this guy standing next to me who kind of looks like AJ Styles or a member of the Aces and Eights in that hoodie. Thank you very much for watching this video and goodbye.